SH1803, you can unmute your microphone.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes. Praduni, what does the law say about the family of Sibiya who did not report him after becoming aware of what he did?
The law says there's a charge. I forget that name. There's a charge that they can face. I'll try to remember that charge that they can face. But there's a charge which, according to the law, they can face. Thabang Mavunga says is defeating the ends of justice.
Okay.
The other charge is being an accessory to a crime.
So, will something happen to them?
We don't know. We don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that other charge, they say it's being an accessory to the crime after the fact. That's how they say it. You are becoming an accessory to the crime after the fact. So they can face that charge as well. That is the same charge that Jacob Zuma wanted to lay against Cyril Ramaphosa.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I know, I understand.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thabang Mavunga, good evening, Abuti.
Hey, good evening, Barati. Good evening to everyone that is on the panel. Mr. Official, Kokuma, I hope you're well. Every day I get an out.
Sure, my brother.
What Chief Taus Brand. Brady, there's something that I'm watching. You know, sometimes to be emotional, it will destroy you. I want to Kastwana Marco, Agit Otlantukisa, brother. Kenako Ahola Ntatevalui. Whether you hate him, that man, or you love him, that man is doing his job. One of the things that I've realized is that he's not only standing there as an advocate, yes, but he goes deeper in terms of investigating for himself. In order for him to close the loopholes, what this guy is doing now, Ukokotala speaker in a coffin, he's marking each and everything so that people might complain and say, why do you call this guy? He's calling this guy so that he can be able to prove certain things. For me, Matlou, what he's doing, and he realized that now the defense is fighting. Yes. So what he's doing, Matlou, now, he's separating them worse now. He's dealing with them worse now, and they are separated, and now you can see that they are now fighting, and there's no way that people that are separated can stand and win the case and win for those guys. So for me, even if people can say a lot of things, I was one of those people who think that Matlou is doing all these things. But honestly speaking, this guy is doing his research properly, and I'm telling you, if we can have Matlou in this people that like Matlou in this country, many people will rot in jail, because this guy, he's not just receiving the document from the police and said, no, you have done your investigation, but he continued. You can see this is not just a normal advocate, Brady. You can see by yourself, this guy goes extra mile in order for him to take the perpetrators down. And even if people can say these guys are not them and all the stuff, but honestly speaking, what Matlou is bringing forward, Brady, it's something that you can see that he's just linking each and every person to the case. Even if sometimes you can feel that he's playing certain games with the mind of the people, but honestly speaking, this guy, he has done his job. And the advice to people, don't overthink this case. For me, the good thing that you can do for yourself, go back every time. Go back, Brady. Let people go back to and investigate and check where we come from regarding this case. This case doesn't start now. People are talking about the AVLs and all the stuff, and they omit what people are doing. Other people that are doing. You'll find that this case, Brady, it can be finished at any time. But Baloyi is trying to unfold each and everything that is supposed to be unfolded. So for me, he's doing a great job. Thank you, Brady.
Thank you, Mr. Mavunga. Okay, guys, I was reading Gininda's affidavit here, so I want us to read that paragraph again. Kokumama, as we were saying, that picture is on the memory. So let's read it. The phone. Yes, let's read Gininda's affidavit where he says, it was further discovered that through cell phone analyst, her cell phone memory album has the same photo of a see-through bag containing cash notes and in the exact position or location or spot of death of accused number 3. It was discovered through cell phone analyst, her cell phone memory album. So this is the picture that comes from her cell phone memory album. But this paragraph, it tells you more details without saying them out loud. Forever. And that very same picture, in the same position, in the same format, with the same notes, is found on accused number 3's phone. And then the paragraph before that, it says, investigation further revealed that she is linked to the actual perpetrators of this matter by means of cell phone linkages. These linkages connect her to accused number 3 and 5. And Bongani Ntanzi tells us that on the day as they were on their way, accused number 3 was communicating with her. And Stein has got that testimony. So this is not just simple evidence, guys, that we can be modest about. There is evidence. I've heard people saying there's no magistrate who's going to sign the J54 Kelly.
Let the trial finish and watch a magistrate sign when I just wait.
Anyway, let's proceed. Dineo Majila. Dumela.
Dumelang le kae?
I know we are hating you as kids, Pepe.
You know what? I've made peace with that. And I just want to thank Kukumama. And this is the reason why some of us are stuck in this life. There's so much respect. There's so much respect. I mean, everything could have gone the other way around with the user being so vocal about her defense for Kelly. But Kokomama handled it so well, and thank you for that, because Kodi life including we would have seen show Madolo by now. And for that, we thank you, official Danny, and we appreciate all of you guys. And coming to the story of Mandisa going to being the chief mourner and all that, you know, Rona Basadi, we got that thing to like, because the family supports me, the family is there, let me just do it. But deep down, we are hating. I'm talking about your husband who died in a girlfriend's home. Baba tshuletse on a Sunday, ho ajewa di Sunday go civile, ho shota sopo, ho rekiwa sopo in. It will drive any woman insane. Any woman who is your wife crazy to say, I'm not even going there. But because we were especially when you get married, you are groomed in a certain way. Gore mosadi wa khotlella, mosadi o ya le tsona ko diang till death do us part. And then on the issue of Kelly being quiet, not going to familiar sense or help them in, I wouldn't have gone with the noise and ke papa ge Senzo immediately after Senzo died in come on guys. Who will go? Who will even go to KZN? Unless Hoba AKA, I wouldn't have gone. So with that, I would like to say on this life, although you all know how I feel about Kaylee, but the actions, the more evidence is coming out, it's questionable. Things like, I mean, your baby daddy, your boyfriend that you claim you're in love, that afternoon you were gallivanting all over with him, get shot in front of your eyes. Then few hours later, you got time to go to the laptop to wipe out evidence to do that. I mean, really, we all lost our loved ones somehow. It could be a brother, husband, or whatever. You don't even think about your cell phone. You don't even know where it is at that time because you are so angry, confused, you're all over. So yeah, and Tota Kelly, they're very questionable. Although I still believe Hori, the hit was meant for her, not the other way around. And thank you, Baba. It's telang at kinalpiluinyan.
Thank you, Dineo. No attack, none whatsoever. Yes, Candace. MBO, please mute your microphone.
Mute my brother, Mbo. Oh, sorry. I was doing something. I was in the kitchen. Sorry, just give me a second.
Tandolo 2, good evening.
Good evening, Bradeni. Evening, Official Minister. Sis Brenda. Sis Coco. Sis Dineo. I see you have left. To the rest of everyone that is on the channel. Good evening, guys. Mbo. I think Mbo. Good evening to you too. Official, I got the joke yesterday, but I think I responded too late because my son was disturbing me. Anyhow,
Oh, you mean the one here in Gagara? No one is my brother. But in Gagara, he pie.
yeah, okay. There is this saying, but then maybe it may be misunderstood.
Yes.
The bullet tells the truth. I think in many levels you can be explained. It will depend where you are, who you are speaking to, what they know about the bullet and what it means to them. Anyhow, when people ask the question why they will shoot once, it bothers me because it goes back to the training that we keep talking about. But anyhow, that is not where I want to be. Why one bullet? Why two bullets? It does not matter how many bullets was shot. It does not matter. Because the character that was shooting, you have to understand that he was going through something himself. When you hold a gun in your hand, we're talking about an illegal gun. You are at an address that does not belong to you. Surrounding, basically. When you are at a rounding, Prateni, in that mist, there is no levels of perfection. There is no one who becomes a professional, no matter who they are. If there is someone else who can come and dispute with me, if you have held a gun in your hand, you have put bullets in a cartridge, and you have put it, and you've actually went as far as you said that, "Bana, this is my mission today. I'm getting into this car, and my location I'm going to is Soweto, address number 5, Albert Street." If you have never taken that decision, you have no right to come into this platform and say how many bullets were supposed to be shot. Who becomes the professional in this level? Because there is no professional here. Because that person is also going through something. When we say money has energy, a gun has energy, Bradin. Everything shifts. There's a gravitational pull that shifts your energy in another level. Your focus is out of place. I don't care who you are. If you have not done that, you have no right to go and understand why 2 bullets, why 1 bullet, why they were trained, how old he was, or whatever the case may be. We had a case here in Cape Town once. A 12-year-old boy got out of the car, Brati. And these guys were sitting at these places where they chisanyama. And this boy gets out, he's 12-year-old. This boy gets out and he asked these guys, and these were the most notorious guys back in 2003, 2004. He asked them, Mashita, Bano Zoba. So he wanted to know who's Zoba between them. And then Zoba answers, who's asking? The minute he said that, this boy pulled out a CZ with an extended magazine. And that boy fleeted them, Bratin. He shot at everything that was standing there. But the point that I'm coming to, the question is, why the 12-year-old? Why in dancing? This is where we end. Because if this boy was given instructions by someone, the gun that he had in his hand, he was given by someone. Why do you choose a 12-year-old? Because he could blend in, number 1. Number 2, it does not matter what statement he's going to give. He's going to contradict himself because his nerves are everywhere. If he gets arrested, everything shoots the roof. Everything becomes a confusion. There's nothing that's going to make sense if you are going to arrest a 12-year-old. So why in dancing? Why him? Why was he chosen? He was chosen on those grounds because the mistakes that he can make are going to enable them to get away with many things. So that's why you select the one that becomes an idiot here, or rather is an idiot more than us. That is the guy that you choose. Because after all, he is in training. If those that are coming here and saying you're talking about training, he is in training. We're training him. We're going to put him in the field. So the mistakes that get to be made in a crime scene, no one can come here and justify them. Me, Braden, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of people trying to understand a bullet when they've never held a bullet. That to me does not make sense. Why are you going there? You're not a criminal. What you need to understand is that why the crime, where are the victims? That is what you need to be concerned about. Why are we sitting here talking about mistakes as if these mistakes now cannot exist amongst these people? These people are going to make mistakes because of the gravity of the crime that they are doing. And if anyone says there's a professional, go and fetch him. Go fetch that professional. I'll share one more story with you, Prati. Just one more. There's a guy, it's 7 of them. They're sitting in trial right now, so I can't mention their name. These guys have been in trial for 13 years. These guys went to a place and they took their phones with them. When they got there, they panicked and they turned around and then they went back again later on. But when they got there, the guy that was supposed to stand outside started peeing outside. The one that approached the door, he took out a cigarette and then he smoked. And then as he went in, he took the cigarette, he dipped the cigarette by the grass. The guy comes out, the one that are supposed to kill, he comes out, he approaches, he stands on the door, and then he realizes that this guy has a gun. He approaches him. This guy shoots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th bullet, he lands exactly on top of the cigarette that was laying on the floor by the grass. Okay, this is the scene. The neighbor opposite saw the guy, and he says the guy was smoking. He keeps repeating this thing when the police are there. There was one guy smoking, the other guy was standing against the wall. And then to the one detective, it starts to make sense, but no, man. The people, if this guy was leaning against the wall, maybe he peed, he went over there, he sees there, he asked the forensic, can you guys look into here? When they removed the body, they found the cigarette that they were talking about. Cell phones were found. The cell phones were actually the main things that traced these guys. But when these guys get to the police station, the evidence before them now, that cigarette now was tested. And when that cigarette was tested, it became positive to accused number 3. The piss became accused number 6. Accused number 6 was the one that was pissing against the wall, because that urine that he pissed there, he left evidence. These guys left evidence there. And these guys were professionals. The reason that they cannot admit till today, they keep repeating that we were professionals. There's no way we are professionals. They keep repeating this thing. So if anyone comes here and says professional, aye, Britain. Aye.
Thank you, Tandolwe, too. Thank you. I often say when this trial started, the moment I heard that the crime scene was cleaned, I got worried that this crime will never be solved. And in my mind, when I thought the crime will never be resolved because it was cleaned, in my mind, I was thinking as the cleaner, I was thinking of the cleaner as Mr. Kaplan. For those who have watched The Blacklist, I was thinking of the cleaner as Mr. Kaplan, because I thought if it was Mr. Kaplan kind of a cleaner, that crime scene will never be resolved. But the moment I heard that the cleaner was Mapiri from next door, I said, hell no. There was a lot of evidence to be picked up from that crime scene. But even Mr. Kaplan kind of cleaning, there were trails. She left trails. She banged that evidence, all those bodies. She banged them somewhere else. So yes, Tandolwe, there will always be evidence, no matter how professional you can claim you are. And this is what happened in this case as well. The police lifted evidence, crucial evidence, from the crime scene and outside the crime scene itself. Unfortunately, our guest, MBO, has left. He's been saying we have to talk the law, but I can't see him. He's bowed out from the law. So maybe he will come back and teach us the law, because it looks like, according to him, we were off script.
Charlie, please mute. And this is the 3rd or 4th time.
Charlie does not want to be here, Brenda. I think she requested by mistake. Me too. Good evening.
Good evening, Brady, and everyone else. Brady, I think there was the user that was engaged with Kukumama, and she said that in the confessions, there is nowhere where Kelly's name is mentioned, but they are talking about Usisi, and she's saying Sisi can be anyone. So I think there she confused the confessions with Ntanzi's evidence regarding Mchiako, which is a different matter, Okay, it's not different, it's related, but those parts are two different parts, where he denies Mchiako and where he talks about the person who sent them to kill Senzo. So she might have confused the two, because there they are saying Kelly Kumalo. He's not saying Musisi. Okay. The other thing, Pradeni, the lawyers today, and this is
the reason I think Mgomezulu wanted, in fact, didn't want to be present when today's evidence was given. Remember, this evidence was supposed to have been given on Wednesday. You know? So, in fact, that's why today Msholoro is the one who was not there when this evidence was given. Mnisi didn't want the witness to give the evidence. He tried all technical points, but the judge was not in the mood today. He was not in the mood, you know. But according to me, all of them, they wish they were not there. And many people, I see in the comments, they were suggesting that when Baloyi gave his opening, just before the witness started testifying, the defense was not aware or that what he was narrating was actually linking these guys to the crime. Remember, these guys had this statement or affidavit last year. They had it from last year. They've been reading it. They knew that it was linking the accused. That's why they say, no, but this is not relevant. No, this is, you know, because now they cannot deny it. They cannot deny that those numbers belong to those guys. Okay? And Kelly Kumalo cannot deny, because she used that number for bookings anyway. People were booking through that number, so she cannot deny that. Now we've got 2 of these 5 guys. They cannot deny that the numbers that were linked by state belong to them. I think we might hear further evidence linking the others' numbers or whatever, but now we know that 2 of them cannot deny. Those are their numbers. So the lawyers were just playing tricks there. They knew what was coming.
Yes.
And they knew the magnitude of it. That hit hard, guys. That hit hard. That's why people were saying, no, these numbers, you can swim swap, you can... These people registered those numbers. After 2014, they were using those numbers. Okay? And the other thing, Pradeni, we hear that the Inatis system also picked up something about Mncube. Even though they didn't have his cell phone number,
yes,
but he registered a minibus. Let me not say a taxi, because it might be a caravelle or something.
Yeah.
You know, he registered a minibus in his name. Okay? And knowing Kininda Pradeni, he might have tried to get the source of the funds of this car. Was it bought cash? Was it financed by a financial institution? Was he working? Did he apply for finance? What? And because he buys it around April 2015, Pradeni. That's 5 years after Senzo has died.
Or was it a reward?
Yes.
For what he did in Alexander by eliminating a taxi boss there?
Yes. So, all of this, that's why he's saying, when you hear Kininda Pradeni, that affidavit that you were reading, I think it's in that affidavit where he says, like he counts the charges the guys are facing. And some of them he says it's more than 30 charges. It's because as he was investigating these things, more stuff came up. And he charged them with that too. You know? And you hear people like, guys, let's relax. This is not personal, man. Let us not cause ourselves heart attacks. Let's follow the evidence. Baloyi is there. He's leading it. He's bringing in some, like the guy who was there today. You know, programs like that, Pradeni, I think it's easy. It's program that thing. You change the address. It says Danny changed it. It was this address, now is this address. And those people are staying here in Ekurhuleni.
Yes.
The other one was in Thokoza, the other one around Brekpan, Boxburg, Basutwini, and. You know, and Ramosepele has forgotten what he has said. He has forgotten totally that Sibiya was in KZN. He left, he was in KZN. It means Sibiya was traveling from KZN to come and write his learner's license here. Because according to Ramosepele, during that period, he could not have set foot in Gauteng. He was not here. You know, so we just gonna get those stories. No, Buzaye, no Ramosepele, mina, yazange mchele kanja, angaz wibeke kanjani. Yeah, bon. All right, thanks, Prateni.
Thank you, me too. And thank you guys for 600,000 likes. That we are about to hit in less than 5 seconds. In less than 5 seconds, we will be on 600,000 likes. There we go. Thank you. And many, many thanks to our gifters as well. MBO, please unmute your microphone and good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Oh. We know people, they are seeing him here, brother. They are very excited and they keep on calling him.
Yes.
I'm just a guy,
Who is on mute, please?
MBO, I think there's a network problem on your side.
Is it a network problem? So am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible now. Let's try.
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, cool. So I wasn't complaining about the script. Don't have any interest whatsoever. We just follow the evidence, and sometimes we correct people to say, guys, please don't come and tell us about a bullet that was planted, who did this, who did what, when there's evidence in front of us.
Do you think it's network, Prateni?
Either network or calls, incoming calls. Because whenever he speaks, it doesn't give those red network bars. So I think there's something that is disturbing him. He's a busy man. So
yeah.
People want to
let's okay.
Okay.
MBO, we could not hear. The last time we heard you was when you were saying there's evidence. I think he's on a call.
He's on mute or call, one of the two.
Yeah.
No, I'm here, but if you can't hear me, then it's fine. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, let me rather log off and then I can try again later.
Let's try again before you log off because we can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I was saying, if you look at Kelly's involvement, a lot of people actually misunderstand. If you look at her actions on that day, you can pick up something was a bit off,
yes.
Right? If you look at when Senzo, apparently Senzo wanted to leave, he had a jersey on, he wanted to go to Mahamud's party. Guess what she says? She says to Senzo, no, Mari can't leave now without saying bye to mom. Ne, please come back and say bye to mom. Senzo goes back. Do you know what happened next? Men enter the house. So there's so much information in front of us that you can read between the lines to say, someone was moving a bit weird here, right? She was not moving in a normal way. So you can't just say, yeah, but she doesn't know these people. Hey, there's a lot of information that we have. What do we have in front of us that actually guide us?
Yeah, I think MBO, you'll have to come back again.
Yeah, I think I'll have to leave it there. Okay, cool. I'll try it next time, ne?
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Kutso.
Just when he is using Brilla Skrilla, Blessa Skrilla, then the network goes. Yeah.
Yes. It's failing us. Kutso, you can unmute your microphone and good evening.
Thank you, Bradeni and other panelists, for accepting me. I don't know if you can hear me because we struggled to hear the previous guy.
Yeah, we can hear you, but even your network was indicating something. But let's continue. Let's try.
Okay, as long as you can hear me. Ne?
Yes.
You know what, Bradeni and other panelists, ne? If someone is going to commit a crime, there is something that is going to be left on the crime scene. And there is something that is going to be taken from the crime scene. You understand? The reason why... Can I still continue?
Yes.
User, please.
Okay. So I'm not going to go...
I'll just take him.
You can continue, Kut.
Can I? Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go deep on that, but I just want people to differentiate these two things. There is a difference between dealing with criminal case and labor case, whereby on labor case, we are looking at the balance of probability, and on the criminal case, we are looking at the beyond reasonable doubt. You understand? So there is something that I want to say here that really made me to worry a lot about Kelly, the sister, and other people who were in the house. Number one, you know what? If I speak the truth, you can ask me the same question in a different ways. And I'm telling you, I will never ever be agitated. I will never get angry. Why? Because I'll be telling you the truth, but only the truth. I don't care how...
Sorry for that. Uzo?
Yes.
Your background is too loud.
I'm listening.
Your background is very loud.
It's too loud.
Yeah, and I thought it was
I'm sorry.
User, you can come back. I thought it was
I'm sorry. It's TV. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Brenda and other panelists. You know, the reason why I'm saying this, I didn't like the way Kelly's sister was behaving. If you all remember, she once tweeted that she bought a black dog, and then the name of that dog is she said something about the name of that dog. It was related to Mshololo's name. You understand? So she said the dog is ugly. You know what? You can see that there is something inside of her that is burning her. Remember, Danny, you can lie to us. You can lie to the world. But you will never ever lie to your consciousness.
And that was Kelly's sister, ne?
Every time. Yes. You understand? How can you be agitated when you are asking the truth, when you are asking the questions? You don't have a reason to be angry when you are asking the questions. You understand? There is no way. So I was so concerned the way she conducted herself, the way she's saying so much about this matter, especially on the social media. You understand? So I don't want to go deep about other issues, what the evidence that was left on the crime scene and everything, but I'm worried about questions that they were asked, and then she was even, I remember she lost the touch in the courtroom the time she was saying there's some sort of insults ways that she mentioned whereby you can realize that this person, she's tired about being asked questions. And then again, if you are innocent, you are going to play this role of helping helping the police to find the truth. You do not have to say, you know what, I cannot answer that question. Remember, lies are forgettable, but you'll never ever forget the truth, Braden. So immediately when you get agitated, that's when you realize that you are going to contradict yourself and end up telling a different story. So I'm worried about that. I'm not saying who is innocent. That one is, no, I don't want to say much about that because this case is very complicated, but I'm happy we see the progress. We see the light. You know, we can, the submissions, the proofs that are bringing on the table, I think we are all happy because at the end of the day, we want to see the perpetrators behind the bars. Thank you, Braden.
Thank you, Kuzo. Hachi from Kwampeto Yajika. Good evening.
Good evening, Bradene. I see someone here from the comments section says, "Hi, Chief, the bed is turning soon."
Compared to Yachi.
Compared to Yachiga, good evening to everyone. Sis Brenda, are you okay?
I'm good. Good day. Mabani beto bejigile straight.
Yeah.
Curious from Rata's comment. So today I hear you are laughing and yeah. Now the beto ujiki. Beto ujiki. Yes.
The judge did a good thing. I applaud him for doing that. Pradeni, I only have one question here. My question is, Kelly Kumalo is not an accused in this matter.
Yes.
Not yet. I just forgot the name of this lady who cleaned the crime scene.
Mapiri.
Mapiri, thank you, Brandon. Here's my question now. Can Kelly Kumalo sign a 204 witness statement or Mapiri?
Mapiri has got a more chance to succeed with that 204 than Kelly Kumalo. Kelly Kumalo has got a lot of questions to answer. Yes.
So only Mapiri can survive.
Mapiri can survive. Makumalo, the senior, can survive. But Kelly has got important questions to answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, brother, because I was thinking, but hey, my line of thinking is I don't want Kelly to find any hole where she can exit, you know. That is why I end up thinking about this 204. Hey, what if Kelly signs this thing and then they say, no, it's fine, we pardon you, you know?
No, that room does not exist unless the theory is that there's another bigger mastermind behind, then Kelly's gonna give us that other big mastermind, but that does not exist.
No, that one does not exist. It would be like hallucinating if we can think about that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Brother, official and everyone, good night.
Good night, Hachi from Kwambetu Yajiga. And you know, while we're talking about Kelly this, Kelly that, guys, remember that Begitele told us, I think Begitele and AfriForum, if I'm not mistaken, they told us that Senzo's family was briefed about the mastermind. And they were told that the mastermind will be arrested. When we say Kelly will be arrested, we're not hallucinating. This is credible information that we have been given by authorities and by evidence led before court. So the family was briefed long time ago in 2022 before this matter could commence in court. They were given a full briefing. And I'm sure they were even briefed about Baloui's strategy, what he intends to do. There's no way Kelly's going scot-free. There are important questions that she needs to answer.
At some point, Zeni, there was a confidence that she was going to join these guys.
Yes.
In fact, there was a very thin line whether she is going to be the sixth accused or not.
Yes.
It's just that when a decision was taken in the 11th hour to say she's not going to be included, both the family and the lawyers of the family, they were very disappointed, but they had to respect the decision taken by Valoy at that particular time. But there was a very thin line whether she comes in or not.
True. Thank you, Official Minister Shali. Good evening.
Good evening, Prateni.
How are you?
Brenda, Official, Coco Mama, and the rest of the team. I'm a first-time requester.
Welcome.
And I love the live so much. I wish you can actually change the name to God-given.
Yes.
Because you guys, you really deserve it. I've been listening to you guys for the longest I can remember. And when I started listening to this show, I was in shambles because I didn't know where I actually fall in. There was this story for the guy who was arrested at the car wash, blah, blah, blah. And then I followed you guys. I follow you every day. I listen to you every day. All I can say to you guys, the puzzles, the pieces of the puzzle are falling in place. And I'm one of the persons who are sitting in the first class, sipping my wine. And the flight is cruising. And Mr. Official is right in the front seat. Thank you so much, guys, for creating this platform. But then I worry so much. I worry about Kelly. She hasn't been arrested. Yes, we don't know. But the law is taking its course. My only worry about her is she not going to be a flight risk? And there's a lady that called earlier on, talking about Kelly innocent and what. If I'm checking my own IQ, it doesn't actually allow me to say that was all right. Because when you've lost your husband, there are so many things that you think about. You don't think about going to a Sangoma. The priority of you going to a Sangoma, it says you are guilty without looking at any other factors. We are talking about somebody that you had a baby with. A baby that now understands a little bit of what is death. For me, really, people must take this life so seriously. We are at a stage where we understand those that we didn't understand. We are really understanding what we are listening to you guys every day. And for me, that was taking me back. It was taking me back, and at the same time, thanks to you guys, because you are collected all the time. Even if somebody talks something that doesn't make sense, you guys, you always collected. Thank you so much for this platform. I hope if there is anybody who can tell me about Kelly, because I don't want her to go anywhere until this case is finished. If there is anything that's done about Kelly, I'll be so much happy. I'm one person who's 100% positive, although I cannot actually disclose what I'm thinking, but 100%. We with you guys, we're cruising. I'm just sipping my wine.
Oh, nice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Shali.
you.
Mzi.
Braden,
Yes, Brenda.
do you think by now Kelly might be on surveillance?
I don't think Gininda and Baloi, let me not even include Baloi. I don't think Gininda would really be that reckless. It's just my thought, Brenda. I'm not speaking with authority on this one. But I don't think they are just allowing her to live, be carefree without being monitored. I could be wrong. We thought Pastor Bushiri was being monitored. He left. We thought Thabo Bester and Nandipa were being monitored. They left. So you can never know. We may think she's being monitored, and the next thing we have to go and fetch her in Dubai or somewhere. The Guptas as well, Zola. We thought they are being monitored. And they left in a private jet without any struggle. Now we can't bring them back home.
Yeah, that's true.
So I want to think Kelly's being monitored, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to believe that because even Umtitieli was in Kabi in AKA and accused number 5.
Yes.
They were the last to be arrested. Police were monitoring them, but as they were about to arrest them, the guys were gone.
Yes.
And then they had to really work overtime. But let's hope.
Yes.
Gininda has got his facts together.
Yeah.
Mzi, you can unmute your microphone.
Evening, Bradeni, evening, Brenda, official minister, and the panel. Thank you for giving this opportunity today. I just want to talk about the reaction of the judge after the allegations against him, or when he was reported to, is it BLA? And when he said that there was an outcry in the country about his remarks,
yes,
I just applaud him for doing that, because although in my own observation or opinion, he shouldn't have done that, because I think, firstly, what he wanted to do is to pass a message to all black professionals to respect their trade, to respect whatever they do, because you respect your clients, you respect the badge that you're carrying, and you respect the officials that are presiding over the case. Because initially he said that Ngomezulu is doing that is because he is black, not necessarily Ngomezulu, but him as the presiding officer, which means he undermines him, as well as there's a lot of antics or wrong things that were happening from last year until now. We're watching as people in South Africa, and we keep on saying these guys are not prepared, these guys don't respect the court, decorum, and all those sorts of things. But I was very happy as well with Ngomezulu to apologize to Rata for his actions. I know that he phoned all different people as well, not the registrar on time, so that the presiding officer can say that, guys, don't go to court today because Mgomezulu is not there. So I was very happy just for the sake of progress. But in reality, I think black professionals need to start taking their professions seriously. We've got dilapidated ESCOM, Dinel, and all other areas who are managed by us as black people. We need to start to respect our positions. I just wanted to register that. And then the second one is just to go to the issue of Baloyi. I think the guy is well prepared, well trained. How he started today was in another level, where he just laid the foundation why he's going to produce, in fact, introduce that witness that introduced today. And he knew exactly what he wanted to achieve. I think the state has a gem in Baloyi. Let's hope some South Africans, more especially young and up and coming prosecutors, are learning, taking notes from this, because when you go to court, you know exactly that the guys are going to object, where to go, and what the law that supports you in what you're doing. Even Rata saw that the guy was doing what he's supposed to do. I just wanted to register that for today. Going to the issue of what do you call it, at Kelly, or the case, I think we're on 85% closer to closing the case. We've got everything. I think we are cruising, guys. It's just a matter of time that the guys are going to be found guilty and rot in jail. All 5 guys, including the mastermind. Even the net is closing on mastermind as well. So within a matter of time, the mastermind is going to be taken to court, and then he's going to jail as well. That's it. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Muzi. And thank you to our gifters, guys. The gifters are on fire. JJ, we see you. Thank you. Guys, please check those gifters. Please go to that viewer's eye. We don't do this often because TikTok fights with us, but we have to acknowledge these gifters. Please check that viewer's eye. Check those top 5 gifters, guys. Please, I beg you, before we proceed. Let me quickly acknowledge all of them. Let me check. My window is not opening. JJ at number 1, Tabza at number 2, I am Siminge Nkosi, Granny of 12. Please check those gifters, guys. Their numbers have to change. Tabza, let's see, 455. I'm Siminge Nkosi, 537. Can you please take a moment, guys, to check the top 3 gifters and show them some love? Please, I beg. Let's take some time to go onto the viewer's eye. You see that number at the top right corner? I think it's 1.0. Tap on that number, check those gifters. Start with the top 3. Show them some love.
It's okay. I'm here. Perhaps you. Jay. Thank you.
Please check those gifters, guys. Check those gifters and show them some love. The same love they are showing us. Please show them that love. Who's next? Abel Chani. Please unmute the microphone. Chiani, my apologies.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah.
Loud and clear.
You know what is interesting? The matter is coming to an end. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together. Yes. But for me, there's still just one question that still remains to say. if Kelly is the mastermind, remember when you do when you plan a crime or to do something like this, there's a motive, there's intention, and all these things. There's a level of planning. Why would she decide to kill her baby daddy or the father of her children in her own house, in the living room, where there's family and there's little kids who could be traumatized by the event? Why would she, like, even if she had a motive, whatever, there's a reason why Senzo has to die. Why would she decide to kill him in her own home? When even if you look on the day, she had him from the morning. When the day unfolded, they were at some Malbatten place. They went to, like, why would she, like, if let's say the coming in of people like Tumelo and Mtokozizi, if they were disturbing the plant, why would she not like stop for the day and say the circumstances, like the fact that there's Senzo's friends coming in, there's all these things. Why would she not like halt it and for the sake of the children?
Yes, for the sake of the children, yes.
Yes. Besides, like the coming in of like the other gentlemen addressed the issue of why would they involve a rookie like what's his name? Sibiya and the other guy, like why would but would you kill someone in your own house in the living room where you live every day when there's a house somewhere in Malbo? Like that's one question that like remains for me.
Yes.
As much as like the police have done such a wonderful work, the prosecutors doing such a wonderful work and everything, but that's a question mark that's there for me. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Abel. Okay, guys, let me quickly check if these gifters are getting attention. JJ is on fire. Okay, I see there's something happening, guys. Please give JJ attention. The 1,000 people on this live, please give JJ, Tabza, I'm Siminge Nkosi, Granny of 2, Gugu Zulu, those top 5 gifters, please give them some attention. They are on fire this evening. We are back to the mojo that we used to see on this live before TikTok messed up our mojo. Thank you, Tuska. Thank you, Bongi Great. Thank you, Puleng. Itumukwena. Dumel.
Sorry,
everybody. It's okay,
sorry,
Brenda.
Bradeni.
Yes,
Abel asked questions. I thought you were going to answer in official as well.
Oh, I did. Thank you, Brenda. I did not pick them up. Official Minister, did you pick up the questions?
Yes, my brother, it was about the motive. And I don't know the motive.
Yes.
Who knows the motive? I'm not sure if Kininda knows. But we know that I've always been saying, even before the confession, Pradeni, that one may think the motive might be money and marriage. And it was qualified. Why? Because these are the issues that kept on featuring even before Ntanzi told us that Kelly wanted money from Senzo. We knew about this, that it was money. And the issue of marriage kept on coming because even Tumelo, it was said in some interview of ETV where it was insinuated that the reason Tumelo was here, it was to negotiate for Lobola. And Tumelo said, Umsangano law during the cross-examination, Umsangano law to say I was here for that. It wouldn't be me anyway, who must come here to negotiate Lobola. I was not here for Lobola. 2, Senzo, as my friend, would have told me that he is planning to do that particular event. So, based on that, when I heard that she must be a mastermind, I then said those can be the two things. Maybe Manu was not coming. Maybe the promise that I'm not that girl of hit and run. I'm not like that. We know. It was said that I'm not that type. You can't just come and go.
Yes.
Maybe it was that as well. The issue of marriage has come so many times in many different platforms. So that's my suspicion. But up until there is a concrete evidence, we wouldn't know.
Thank you, Official Minister. I hope we answered Abel's questions.
We're good, Abel. And Toy as well, you remember Toy was there.
Like the choice of the crime scene, the place where the event was going to happen. Why would she choose her own house?
Yeah. You see, I didn't know whether that was the first point, because there are some different stories. Hence, I'm saying in the absence of evidence, my brother, we are going to speculate. There were different stories that as they went to buy soup, the execution was supposed to happen then. But the guys delayed. They were not ready. They were not on time. And there was then the last opportunity of saying, this is what must happen. So these are just speculations. There is nothing concrete. Let's wait for the evidence to be led when she is called before, because he is definitely going to be called. That one I can bet with my last sheep, and I'm not going to disappear. Because if the state doesn't prosecute Kelly, AfriForum will. So there is no running around there. A prosecution will happen, either a private prosecution or by the state. So she will have that day in court to explain, and we will know then what happened. I mean, with AKA was not supposed to be shot there at the open area. It's just that a decision was made at that point in time to say, change of plans, guys. This guy has been there for long. Let's just execute. So even in this case, it might have been change of plans because some things were not happening the way they thought they will. So, but let's wait for the evidence to be led.
Thank you, Official Minister. And thank you, guys. We just passed over 711,000 likes. We are marching towards 1 million likes this evening. I'm sure we can hit it before 10:30. E2, good evening.
I'm back, Pratini. Kiko Posca Painelo, Nick Spain. Nobody with paints today. You know, Pratini. One thing about Baloi is goated, guys. Yes, my captain. My captain.
Say hi to Mchiako then.
Kali gogolo. Kali zazapan. Kali gogolo. I'll definitely do that. I will do that for you, my captain. You know, Captain, my mother-in-law is visiting. She's all the way from the Eastern Cape in Lusigi. She was listening to your opening submissions today, and she kept saying, hi, Itu. There's no way you can get lost in this case if you are listening to this person. Who is this man? Where did you find him? And I said, on TikTok. I read TikTok, social media. There are such intelligent people on TikTok. Shout out to this platform, Pratini. Shout out to the panel, and absolutely shout out to the comment section, because we are the flavor of this life. Shout out to the comment section. You guys are doing the most there. Real boner. Pratini, today I just want to say, Obona Judge Rata. Judge Rata is a man. There was no need for Judge Rata to come and apologize today. There was absolutely no need for Judge Rata to apologize, but for the sake of peace, for the sake of fairness, and for the sake of the trial to continue, he came and he said, I apologize. And for that, I say, Rata, you are goated, my guy. You are absolutely goated. And I believe in you and I believe in your leadership, just like Mr. Ngomezulu. I think you know Mr. Ngomezulu's apology to Rata was even better than his heads of arguments. Wow, when that letter, he cooked. He cooked and he cooked and he exposed. I'd advocate Msharolo, when you were calling me back at 9:30, that was not the first call. That was you returning a call, so you were lying yesterday. You were lying, Mshalom. And Rata is right. That's why Rata did not have to come and apologize. Rata is right. We have been complaining about the conduct of these lawyers, more legal court, and we have been comparing them to other lawyers, and we are saying, is it something to do with something? Anyway, we move. Baloy. Guys, Baloy is goated. Baloy has been seeing us fighting in the streets, trying to explain things that are unexplainable because people are so thick. Yes, they are thick. He said, I will bring people that you will not say, Limaka, hurry, go traffic department. There's no way somebody's going to come there on your behalf. You are going to come there personally. Ke tla lefa di ID, ke lefa di address, ke lefa di cell phone number. People were asking themselves, Baloy, why did you bring this witness? Yeah, why are you wasting our time? Hey, he's saying I'm confirming things that you guys have been denying. Baloy ke star, right? Baloy ke star. Baloy ke star. And we are cruising, Bradeni. We are cruising nicely. I'm not sure what Mr. Ngomezulu is going to say tomorrow because he's asking for an early adjournment so he can go to his other matter. I'm pretty sure he's not going to have any questions because what are you going to say? Are you going to question if this guy is an expert or not? Is that what you're going to come here and tell us? Sorry, he's not an expert. Yeah. But explain to me what Mr. Munisi, what was going on, Mr. Munisi today. Objection. What are you objecting, Mr. Munisi? What are you objecting? Mr. Munisi, what are you objecting? Get to the point. Which section are you referring to? Pela, the section 212, the section 150, the J50, we are within now. We're within. I'm very happy with today's witness as evidence. I'm happy with the linking of the cars, the addresses, the cell phone numbers. People were telling us about Rika this, denying that. I don't care. Not everybody Rikas, most South Africa, Maroksala, we have phones and they are working. And we are saying they found you with this phone and here's the cell phone number. And today we had an official person saying it is also on our official state system that you came here with that cell phone number. It's a link. A link is a link. And we are happy. We are happy. We are cruising. Gumnandi. I'm not going to talk too much, but I was summoned to the cockpit and I'm here and I've submitted and yeah, Gumnandi Bradeni. Gumnandi. As good as nice.
Thank you, Itumukwena. And we know that people were stopped by the traffic officers on the road for traffic violations and they gave their cell phone numbers. So not only were those numbers digitally downloaded on the NATIS or e-NATIS, a traffic officer stopped somebody on the road for a traffic violation and they gave them a ticket. And when they gave them a ticket, the person gave them his cell phone numbers, and those numbers, according to Stein, are the same numbers that called Kelly Khumalo. And when you're talking about your mother-in-law, Itu saying, Kanti TikTok has got such intelligent people. I remember before I joined TikTok, 2021, I used to think TikTok was just a platform for kiddies videos because I used to hear baby mama playing some videos for my son while he was still young. So I thought TikTok was just for these videos for kids to play around with. So I never took TikTok seriously up until one of my favorite musical groups were reuniting, ABBA, for those who know that music, ABBA. And I was listening to the interview by Bjorn Anderson. And he said he downloaded a song, one of their new songs on TikTok. And within 30 minutes, it had reached over 1 million views. I was like, oh, even ABBA downloads things on TikTok. Let me check this TikTok. I checked TikTok and I found some nice girls dancing and they were trending. They were dancing with their attires, you know, they were beautiful dancing. And I started watching this thing, monitoring this thing, that why are these people trending for dancing? Huh? When we've got serious content, let me open an account and check this TikTok thing. And yeah, I was like mother-in-law as well, so hopefully she'll have an account soon when she goes back to the Siki. Thank you, Itu. Mama J.
Oh, yes. How are you, Bradeni?
We good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for having me. This is my first time. Hey, you guys.
Welcome. We like
As I'm watching now, I'm in Namibia and I'm like updated because of you, Bradeni. I'm updated in this case and I'm really following. And yeah, I'm trusting the process. I believe Kelly Kumalo will be arrested one day.
Yes.
I'm seriously looking forward to that because the law is not stupid, guys. As much as they want evidence, there should be a way, and they are also looking to that to really get that the mastermind arrested. Whoever is the mastermind, whatever the person is believing to be the mastermind, whether it's Kelly Kumalo, which I personally believe, because of the way she has been acting and the evidence and the things that are coming out now, these things of the phone linked and whatever, is seriously because also God is also at work, you know. I trust the process and it's amazing the way it's going. That's what I have to say. And thank you to the platform, Bradeni, what you are doing a great work.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mama J. Okay, let's go to Mahai before your microphone disturbs us. Mahai, good evening.
Good evening, Bradini. How are you?
We good. How are you?
Good evening also to official minister and Sis Brenda and all other people in the platform. Bradeni, earlier on I tried to get in. You are too harsh, Mohoro. No maraba kholo Bradeni. Retlotse 50 years o sa batleng go fitla go yone. Technology is showing us flames at times. Bradeni, I just want to congratulate this platform, and you guys have created something very wonderful.
Thank you.
For us to learn. You know, I watched the case today, although I experienced some technical problems, especially after lunch. I'm not sure if it continued after lunch or what happened. Advocate Baloi Ubizika Tombstone Bradeni. I think the burial is done.
Yes.
I think we are at a point now where we are separating boys Mubani. Because you know today, Bradeni, I observed something very important. Advocate Baloi was running a workshop, a legal workshop, because I also realized there are some tricks that the defense attorneys or advocates are using dirty tricks, especially Umnisi Wemvula, as you guys would normally say, because advocate Umnisi would jump up for everything and try to blame the state for not giving them documents and everything. And fortunately, I discovered Baloyi is one guy who is spot on. Advocate Baloyi is not taking Merokwahahe as a joke. Yes. He's very serious in what he's doing. And this should definitely be a lesson to up-and-coming advocates in the fraternity. They must know what they are doing and they must take their profession very seriously. Yes. You know, the other issue that I sent official minister a message earlier on after he had posted a video where Ramosepele was raising the issue about the absence of accused number 1 in Gauteng, where he said accused number 1 had left Gauteng in 2013 and came back in 2015. You know, Bradeni, I looked at that video, I think about 5 times. And when I looked at that video, I could clearly tell Ramosepele's body language is sending us a message. These guys are done. These guys are out. These guys are just there, maybe because they signed agreements. The accused defender, but really these guys have got nothing to defend. Really, when I looked at the body language of Ramosepele today, after that video was posted, it clearly showed to me there is really no confidence in whatever he is saying. My client will come and say in 2013 he left in March and came back in 2015. There was no confidence mo Ramosepele, not at all. And the same thing happens every time when I looked at Mnisi when he stood up today in court. You look at Mnisi in everything that he's trying to push. There's no confidence, bro, at all. It's just, somebody said in the comments, he's just there for the limelight. I am tempted to agree with that person. The guy is just there for limelight. The stage is just too big for them, Bradeni. It's too big, and Baloyi. Okar Olemuhile he's there to educate these guys, and what I like the most today, from the morning up until Kalanche, who's this guy? Ngomezulu was very quiet, and really that issue official minister was saying, it really disturbed me, But what I've discovered, Bradeni, I may be wrong. There's a cold war between Ramosepele and Ngomezulu. And this Cold War started when Ramosepele was fired, and Ramosepele indicated in court his firing was in what did you say? What language did you use, official minister? It was
unfireable.
Not necessarily unfireable. It was malafide. Yeah.
That was Spain.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was not in good faith at all. So I suspect somewhere Ramosepele, because it became evident today, Ngomezulu communicated with Ramosepele, and Ramosepele misled the court. He was not communicating. What Ramosepele told us as a public hearing, Ngomezulu communicated with Mshololo to ask him. And Ramosepele, Ngomezulu was wrong. But today it emerged Ngomezulu really communicated with Ramosepele, and Ramosepele was unprofessional. So I think in a way it's a revenge, Bradeni. You are the reason why I was fired by accused number 2 or 1, I think. Number one. And now you want me to stand in for you defending accused number one, the same accused who stood in court and said, confirmed that he is firing Ramosepele, would not have done that. But what I could pick up, Gyori, really, there's this ntwanyana between these two, and honestly speaking, it will lead to all of them being dismantled. Bradin, all 5 of them will be dismantled ultimately. Advocate Baloi Afetsa Kabone. That I'm sure of. Thank you very much, guys, for the platform, and this is really something that we are learning a lot from. And Lena, myself, I'm really acquiring a lot of knowledge from you guys. Just like you, Brother Nilena was very skeptical in joining TikTok, but I ended up, I'm very old, I ended up joining TikTok today, and I'm learning a lot from this platform, honestly. I'm spending most of the time from 7 o'clock watching you guys. It's not something it's not something that is enjoyed by many people in the house, but now I'm learning, and I'm really using this platform to educate myself, and that is what I want to keep on doing. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Ntate Motaung, and urinela matsogo metsing. The microphone is na le go tshwenya. So re na le go kuba batho ka speed ga ba sa mute, but we almost missed out on a perfect submission that you're making, and please apologize for us, Kontlu, for detaining you between 7 and 10. One day they will also realize the benefit of this platform. It might not be on the legal content, it might be on something else for them. But yeah, TikTok is such a beautiful platform, guys. We must thank those who created it as well. Thank you, Mr. Mtau. General, as you are unmuting your microphone, we almost at 800,000 likes, guys. Thank you for that. And thank you to all our gifters as well. General, you can unmute your
dumela Brateni.
Tada.
Re ke dumedise pele wena kana batswana ba re ko wena monga mmu.
Monga mabu.
Ko wena monga mmu re ke sumula ka wena le your respective panelists for le koko lotlhe le go sala morago. Ke na le bopaki ba go ra ka bula political party re ka nna bantsi mara ha ke ko. Let me indulge, Brateni. I followed the proceedings. Actually, it was interesting on Wednesday as I passed Kruger stop, and I said, by the way, because one can only assume go Kruger stop because they are not many suburbs. But be that as it may be, Brateni, I think it was profound today for him to apologize. It takes a big man to apologize. Even if he was also showing off, I heard him mentioning the time he was in the steering committee, 1977, with 9 of his associates, breaking the formation of the BLF, and that was nice. He always liked to throw in some cherries, often than not. And I think today we can say Prosecutor Baloi, I do agree with the latter speaker to say it was more of a masterclass. And maybe my question to Minister Official, because I can't remember if it was Tuesday or Wednesday, rating Umnisi Wemvula, up and coming, even if it does play into the gallery, to say what was your take on that, Minister Official, with the behavior of today. And then another question, Brady, that I want you to help me with. There was a time when senior counsel, of course, Ngomezulu, said he wants to bring Section 317 application. And the reason why he wants to bring Section 317 application is said to the court. And actually, as he's referred to the court, he's talking about Rata in the mix, Judge Rata, to say the court is not impartial. So some of the things, according to him, they have been done unfairly, so especially to the accused. Whenever they are often than not, they are not being given a chance. So I'm not too sure if that section have already been brought into book. Let me pause there for now.
Thank you, General.
I'll have follow up after you answered this 317 question, Prateni.
Official Minister, did you pick up the question?
The one I picked up, Prateni, is about Umnisi Wemvula, to say we were praising him the other day. I mean, when people do good, you praise them. You say, well done, my boy. Well done, Umnisi Wemvula. But when they are all over and not knowing what to do, I mean, that section about the prosecutor may address a court and adduce evidence is clear. It says before any evidence is adduced. So it was nonsense to say is evidence before what? Because it says to say, he says before he said something like it was something that can be done at the beginning of the trial.
Yes.
I'm saying it's a joke for him to say that, because it is clear. There is no way where it says before the beginning of a trial. It says before any evidence is adduced. Any. What is any? It's not limited to before the trial or the beginning of the trial. It says any. And Baloyi was obviously teaching some lessons. Guys, Baloyi, after the court, he sits down, prepare for tomorrow. When I listened to Judge President, he said after every proceedings, whenever you have got time, you summarize that evidence and that is presented in court, and you prepare for tomorrow. So Baloyi does the same. Prepares for tomorrow to say, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to put forward as authorities. Some, they are being asked, what authority are you relying on? They say nothing. So we can't praise them when they do such things. But when they do good, my friend, we will say, yes, no, they are cooking. But today, my learned friend was lost.
And when Baloyi goes to prepare after the proceedings, we know, as a matter of fact, from social media, that Ngomezulu goes for a massage. We don't know what Mnisi goes for, or Mshalolo goes for, or Ramosepele goes for, but we've been told that Ngomezulu is given 1,000 rand every week to go for a massage. General.
Yeah. Prateni, okay. As I'm about to conclude, no? There is what is called I just want you to draw maybe the analysis or parity of the CS. What actually separate the Ramosepele from Komezulu? When you're talking about CS, exactly what you're talking about, you'll answer me as I'm about to finish. And then another element that I want
Can you repeat that again, General, when you talk about?
The CS, the senior counsel, like Komezulu.
Or SC.
I mean, or SC, yes. And then lastly, Prateni, earlier on we spoke about the the metadata, which is very critical, and people are going to be surprised, because I think most people, they are relying on the element that it will bring the discussion of the AI forward. But I just want to say metadata, it's divided in three. There's administrative metadata, which is very descriptive metadata. It deals about licensing rights as well as the contact information of the image and the owner. And there's another one called the descriptive metadata, which also most of the time when they use that, it uses special software which can be added manually. But the ones that I think is going to be key in this case is going to be the technical metadata, which mostly is generated automatically. And that's the one that is going to show us as they work on those phones, to say where it will give us the GPS location, it will give us the resolution, it will give us the ISO speed, the focal length, as well as the shutter speed, as well as the camera, of course, because we want to make sure that whatever data that was extracted from that device, we can be able to relate to it, because we are going to make sure that there is no stone, and we leave no stone unturned into that. And people in Dobsonville, there's a place, official minister called Los Meicheri. They say they are enjoying their life and they've recruited others. So as you engage people at Mpetuya Chika, just know also in Dobsonville, there's a place called Los Meicheri. I will pause there for today. Thank you.
Thank you, General from Los Meicheri.
Prateni.
Yes.
On the issue of metadata, my brother, you know, when they teach us these things, they say metadata is data about data. Other people, they just recite. Thanks, General, for bringing some perspective. They just say data about data. You see, Prateni, I don't know what's your favorite drink, but whatever your favorite drink is, let's say is whatever that particular juice you like. So if you were to take the content of that juice, I mean the content within that the bottle is a liquid, right?
Yes.
It might be an orange juice. And outside the container, I'm just simplifying the metadata. Outside the container, you will find labels. So those labels, they normally tell you about the contents inside. That's what we mean about data. So you will find that that juice was packaged 10 April 2024.
Yes.
That is a metadata, because on its own it means nothing, but it's telling you about the data inside. To say this was packaged on this particular day, and then what are the other things that these things is made up of. Then they list them. They tell you about, this is data, but it's telling you about the data inside the container. So that is what we normally say, data about data. It just that. So in a picture, if you've got a picture, it will tell you that, okay, this picture is 5 megabytes. That 5 megabytes on its own, it means nothing. But if you say it's a 5 megabyte of this particular data, or of this particular picture, it's giving you an information in terms of how big is that size. When was it taken? The date, like the packaging of that particular juice. When was it taken? What is the time? What is the location, if the location is recorded? But normally when you send a picture via WhatsApp, it normally strips that information away. But on the original source, in most cases, that remains the same. So when we say data about data in that, it's divided into many. I mean, it can be broad. You've got the what the guy was talking about, that this thing was captured on this particular time, that is the operational metadata or the technical metadata that tells you when was captured when, at what particular time, and who captured it. Because as Matlou was giving, this person captured that. So metadata is obviously about bringing context. So you have got an operational metadata, you've got technical metadata, you've got business metadata. If you want to bring that technical metadata into business context. So it doesn't mean anything else except that. So when you see an information that surrounds a particular content, you must just know that this is metadata. If you want to be fancy and charm whoever you want to charm, you can just look at the bottle and say, wow, this metadata is very interesting. And they ask you, what are you talking about? You say, no, it's a data about data. I mean, that's what it means, nothing special. So I just wanted to put that context very clear, that those are the things that they will be looking for when they analyze that particular picture within the cell phones.
Yeah, when we were struggling to propose women read Mama Lemi, biting our tongues, both official minister were charming people with metadata. Say, wow. Look at this.
We do that, and we can even make it very complex, Pradine, and say there is a lineage to that. And data lineage, and you go like metadata, data lineage. What are you talking about? By then we are siyangena phakathi while lena liyitoma malemi there.
Yes, these people who are typing, the very same people who are typing, they were charmed by metadata. Some of us have been biting our tongues. Remember that post that I picked up on Facebook, where there was this girl who was complaining that happy is disturbing us. Jesus. Brenda, if you are still around here, can you please...
I'm trying to... Let me just disconnect him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which picture, Pradine?
There's a post that was circulating. I posted it on my TikTok timeline of a girl who complained that there's this guy who told him that he was a lawyer, and he used to use big words like constitution and precedence, and he used to call his friends saying he's calling the magistrate, and they will be using big words like constitution and precedence. And then he says that guy, he agreed to his proposal because he thought he was a lawyer, and he gave him what needed to be given. So she was asking if can she go and report him for rape. But she agreed.
Evidence in chief.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No, it needs even Lemosa Shokagale Pradine. While busy in conversation, no, it needs cross-examination because you can't really leave that evidence unchallenged. And he's speaking to a magistrate.
Yeah, so I was very hurt that we've been missing out opportunities with big words. I mean, I could have used jurisprudence long time ago and benefited from a lot of things. Palisa, you are back. Good evening.
I'm back.
Before you speak, Palisa, thank you guys. 876,000 likes. If we can continue with that pace, we should hit 1 million likes before 11. I think we are gonna stop the live at 11 tonight. So let's continue double tapping 1 million likes should be loading before 11. Yes, Palisa.
Yeah, Palisa, you can approach the accused.
No, for God's sake. You know, I wanted to sing. Oh, yeah. I just wanted to sing a song. I don't have much to say. I'm happy with the way the proceedings are going. I'm happy with Maloi. We've been saying this from last year that these people are guilty and the mastermind is guilty. But, official, please join in. Amahlathi mama amahlathi aphelile akusekho nana akusekho nophahla amahlathi mama hi official what's wrong
I'm busy doing that dancing yakam Gomezulu. That
no,
dancing.
I want you to sing along. Hi guys, amahlathi aphelile. If they don't see it now, they will never ever see that these people are guilty.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say, Brendan. You know, I'm always short like mini skits.
Thank you, Palisa.
Aphelile amahlathi aphelile.
General, you say you asked a question about SC. I didn't get it exactly, but I think you were relating to Ramosepele and Ngomezulu. None of them are senior counsels. Both Ramosepele and Ngomezulu are attorneys. Ramosepele the other day just said he is more senior than Ngomezulu because he was admitted as an attorney before Ngomezulu. Ngomezulu was admitted after him. But both of them, they are attorneys, not senior counsels. Senior counsels are advocates who would have served as advocates for a very particular period, and they are appointed formally as such. So none of these guys are senior counsels. I hope that answers the question. User 74.
Dumelang, greetings to everyone.
Good evening.
I am perplexed about the information or the evidence that is on the table, and I want to be the bigger girl and say to you guys, I give it to you. And I withdraw, and I want to say, you know what? I will just wait until Kelly Kumalo put a statement in court. But for now, to be honest, I am also conflicted about the things that allegedly show that there is something fishy about the whole thing. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, user 74. And if along the way you struggle, you become conflicted even more, just write down these questions for yourself that you need answers. If by any chance you come to a conclusion that, no man, I think Kelly's innocent, just write down these questions that you expect her to answer. Number one, why did she communicate with the killers of the father of her child? A month before, actually, yeah, I think it's a month or 2 months before, in August, in October, and on the day
11 days before.
11 days before, and on the day of the crime. Why was she communicating? You know, you can create a reason, user, for the August call. You can create a reason for the 11 days, the one in October. But you will have a challenge creating a reason for the one that happened on the day of the murder. Write down the question. Why did she delete her phone memory after the police confiscated everybody else's phone? Nobody tried to delete.
And those are the things that are worrying me. Why she didn't disclose about the other phones that she had.
Yes.
Why she deleted. Why there was cleaning that was done. Why she didn't want to talk to the police when they got to the hospital. Why the bag and those are really worrying me. I don't want to lie.
Let me give you more questions. Let me give you more questions. Why did she chase away the police? Because on the morning of the murder, Tumelo Madlala told us that the police came through the estate gate. Now, on this estate, they have to call you as the owner and you have to agree that
didn't want to open.
Yes.
I know.
Why did she refuse to open? Who did she call? Who made that those police are turning away? There's so many questions that you can write down that you can choose not to answer them and say, I'm going to wait for Kelly to come and answer these questions.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I want to be the bigger girl in this thing. You know, Rata taught us something today.
Yes.
That, you know what, when you realize, and even if you don't believe 100%, but when you realize that the tuning are against you, you need to be the bigger person.
Yes.
And accept, you know, you were in the fault, and I this is what I'm doing.
Yes.
You understand? And I'm saying, I respect the evidence that is put on court, and and I believe that those people did it, and I still. I'm conflicted with what evidence is put over Kelly because it's there. I cannot deny it. It's there. It's there. I cannot say it didn't happen. It's not my conspiracy theories or whatever. The only conspiracy theory for me is that I think she was not the target. But the evidence puts everything on the table. That are things that she did that are very suspicious.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
but
you.
As I said, even when I called earlier, I have learned a lot from this. And I will I continue to appreciate how you guys take us through this thing. And thank you so much, everyone. I don't know you by names. I would mention to say so and so and so and so. But every time I listen, I come to a different perspective.
Thank you. Thank you, user.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Pradeni,
Yes, official minister.
there is a last question from the questions that you were highlighting.
Yes.
The fact that Gininda said no ambulance was called, but other people were called.
Yes.
Remember, Gininda was not referring to the hospital when they were using Tabisen's phone.
Yes.
No, he was referring to at that point when they were there. There were phone calls that were made from those other phones, but no ambulance or police were called. That is another big question.
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you, official minister. Let me get this name properly. Spaza Bafana. Good evening. Spaza, can you hear us? Okay, I think Spaza requested by mistake. He doesn't hear us. So let's remove him and check Ugodo. Ugodo, good evening.
Good evening. So my take on the part of why Kelly chose the crime scene, which is her mother's place. When I was looking at the pictures of the house, there was no gate at that house. So it became a perfect place where you don't have to hassle with gates. It's just a quick in and out after committing a crime. Again, she needed to be in the house so that she can become a victim, supposedly. Otherwise, if she was not there and the crime happened, then it was going to be easy to suspect her. So, like, as they say, inside job, you need to be part of the victims in order to do away with the suspicion. So, but when you're looking at that house, and again, what surprises me is that if they wanted to have a little bit of a party, yeah, it was a perfect place, because if you were to go to the place where Kelly was residing, her place, now we have security at the gate and all sorts of things. It was not going to be easy, but her mother's place was a perfect crime scene. That's my take on that one.
Thank you, Ugodo. That's possible. All right, guys, we don't see anyone on the queue. Let me check again. We are currently sitting at 938,000 likes. I think while we are doing closing statements, we can hit 1 million, guys, with over 900 people on this live. If we can all do that, double tapping, we can hit that 1 million in no time. Okay, I think there's few people coming in. Let's see. Street Preacher and SH. Let's start with SH because we know it's gonna be quick. And then Street Preacher will close for us. SH.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Prateni?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, me again.
Yes.
Oh, I want to ask, how did Kelly prevent Tumelo from calling an ambulance? If she did, why did Tumelo not mention that?
Tumelo gave a reason. Official Minister, do you remember Tumelo's reason? I don't know. I think it had to do with airtime, or I can't remember. But Tumelo gave a reason why he didn't make any call. Official Minister?
Even Mtogo?
Yeah, I think that they gave some reasons. I just can't remember. Remember Mtogo
I
ran to the
remember
next door.
someone, his phone was charging, it was flat or
Yes.
something like that. But what I understand is the main reason for them is to run inside the
bedroom.
inside the bedroom, and the other guy jumped the gate and then went to request the help. And like they say, it happens in a very a quick time. But they never made calls. That is what is important, because with Kelly it's different. As much as she didn't call the ambulance, she called other people. And I think the question Kininda was asking is, she needs to come and tell us why.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, SH. Street Preacher, you can close the live for us this evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, official. Good evening, Brenda. I've been listening, and it has been an interesting day today. How are you, Itu? Thank you for your contribution. It was very lively and energetic. You see, Bradeni, please forgive Blesser if you don't find him requesting a lot of times on this live. I know where he spends his energy to defending and cleaning the streets. I know where Javi spends his energy cleaning and defending the streets. I know where Yemi spends his time as well. It's been brutal in the streets, but suffice to say, we keep on. And it's an opportunity for us to come here and listen to Danny and Official, the ones that we are insulted in the name of. You know, we always take time to and reflect when you guys are presenting. And it's so soothing to at least hear the truth and the facts as they stand. I just have one question today, Brad, and I'd wish that Mutusi would be here, because my question would be on Rata's apology today. Rata was very tactful in the way he presented himself today. And in a way, I felt like he proved himself right, because the Black Lawyers Association went on live television, on interviews, advancing a proposition that they wanted to, they had requested to meet with Rata. Only for Rata to come back and tell them that what they are requesting me to do is unlawful, because I am still presiding over a case that is still ongoing. So the law does not permit me to do that. And this is a group of black lawyers who are supposed to be aware of the law, that piece of the law. And they are advancing a proposition that is very unlawful in its nature. So as much as they were angry, they were mad at Rata's comment, but in a way, I feel that he was vindicated, because there's really no reason why they would be requesting to meet with him when they're supposed to know that for as long as he's still presiding on this case, it's unlawful to do so. For me, suffice to say, the apology came, but my take home were the comments he made afterwards, after apologizing to those, if, in quotes, if I offended, if that was my key word in his apology, because he's saying, for me, he's simply saying, what I said. If you took offense in it, then I apologize. He's not owning the apology to say, I'm sorry, guys, for what I said. He's simply saying, if you took offense from what I said, then I'm sorry, John. Let's move on. Thank you, Jenny. We keep moving, official. We keep moving, Brenda. And I know the end is near, and it's going to be interesting.
Definitely.
Otherwise, thank you. Have a good night and live long, live strong. Thank you.
Thank you, Street Preacher. And thank you, guys. We've just hit 1 million likes. Great stuff. Nice. That's how we do it.
Yeah, Street Preacher, we keep moving, my friend, as we depart for the weekend. How I
interpreted that, Prateni. Ratha was saying, I am a black lawyer.
Yes.
I said what I said, and I said it as a black lawyer. I will never insult black lawyers when I am one of the people who stand for black lawyers.
Yes.
But if that offended you, I am sorry.
Yes.
And if you interrogate that submission, Braden, it even goes further. As much as I concluded from Komezulu, maybe I must conclude to the fill-in missing words for Ratha, because Ratha even went further and said something to the effect that, okay, you are coming for me. You want me to meet you, like street preacher is saying. You don't understand the law. The law doesn't allow me to meet with you.
Yes.
At least until now, when I'm still presiding over this matter. So you obviously enjoy the limelight. Have you written to Mkomezulu, who is a black lawyer and then who has not come to court and never communicated? Or you just want to come to me as a judge and then get the limelight? I mean, those guys, it's not only about Ratha Prateni. There is a family here.
Yes.
The Meiwa family, every time there is a delay, the justice for the family is also delayed. So it is not about the judge to create news. It is also about the lawyers within that court. So they must be taken to task as well.
Yes.
So I think that's how I interpreted it, but he definitely apologized without any reservation, unconditionally so. But let's not just go for the limelight. I mean, there are many things that we need to correct.
Yes.
But lastly, Prateni, I'm touched on my stereos. You know, that story, Sam Komezulu, is very sad, Prateni. It's still touching for me. I'm fooling Komezulu, but for what he said.
Yes.
Why Navana? When I have to do other things, when I'm not even paid 5 months, people get paid. They get stand-ins. Now I'm not paid for 5 months and no one bothers. No one. I call them, they come back to me, but the way they represent what I did, they just throwing me under the bus. Why me? And after the judge has finished reading that letter, Prateni, Mkomezulu acknowledged it and said yes, because he was feeling exactly that. But I think these guys, what they did to this gentleman is very unfair, Prateni. I hope he gets paid one way or the other so that he can look after his family as well. Because it's an embarrassment, Prateni. You work very hard because you called me to come and assist, Prateni. They pay you, and then I say, where's my share? You are saying, no, we'll speak to the company. The company says they don't know me. You say, they don't know you. Now I can't give you my share. When you said you are appointing me, Prateni, where is fairness? Where are the ethics, Prateni?
Yes.
When such things happen? No, that was not. Unless if maybe he agreed to come and volunteer the services for free. But then even if you ask me as your friend to say, my friend, come and assist me, I'm faced with this matter. And there is a payment.
Yes.
You don't give it to me. Even a share to say, no, take 50 rand for transport and for what and what. It can't be. That is unfair to Mkomezulu. But let's hope something gives in, the angel pays.
Let's hope so. And it's also possible, official ministers, you know, as much as we might want to blame Ramosepele and question his ethics, it's possible that Ramosepele was watching those weekly 1,000 rands for massages coming in while he needed money to pay the expert. And then he sees money is flowing to Ngomezulu. Every week there's 1,000, 3,000 there, 5,000 there, massage, petrol, coke. And Ramosepele probably was like, no. I'm not gonna play with my heart and mind. I may have to pay for that expert. So comrade must continue with the donations that he's getting. So it's possible Ramosepele maybe was watching that as well. We never know. We're just speculating on this one. We're not speaking with authority.
Yeah, but no, give me my share, man. I mean, that one is not, you are not part of it.
Yes.
But if maybe they were saving, he was saving for the ballistics, then okay, it might make sense.
Yes.
But like you say, we don't know.
Yes. All right, Brenda, in closing.
In closing, Brady, I'll just, talk to the fans of Kelly. Brady, to say, when something like this happens, people tend to be shocked and, be in disbelief.
Yes.
As to, what could be the truth and what's not the truth. And at this point, Bradini, I think people will have to now face the fact that Kelly will be charged, will be facing premeditated murder. And because now she was, in these confessions, and the confessions were admitted. So I think they have to make peace, Bradini, because Kelly is also human.
Yes.
Made a mistake, and unfortunately or fortunately for us, everything is out and people will have to make peace, Brady. And I'm tired. Good night, everyone. Good night, Brady. Good night, official.
Good night, Brenda.
Good night. Thank you, Brenda, and thank you, official minister.